Hey there, welcome. My name is Angel with Ninth House Collective, and this reading is going to be a little different. I felt called to do something differently. I've been listening to a lot of my favorite astrologers and reading different articles about this portal that is opening today, May 27th, and that is going to last through June 2nd, right? Think of this as a really potent cosmic energy. This portal is opening, and it's really going to impact and affect the trajectory of our lives for about the next 10 years, right? So it's super potent. This is really going to either cause you to stay stuck in the same repeating patterns of playing small, of not valuing yourself, of leaning into the blocks and the fears, or really propel you in a trajectory of shedding the old self and really leveling up and kind of taking back your power and stepping into a new vibration, a new timeline. Some people refer to it as the new earth, or switching from 3D to 5D. The way that, to me, they're just all different ways that humans are trying to make words and communicate something that we really don't have the full scope of language to kind of embody yet. But for me, I just see it as a huge shift in human consciousness right now that is really pushing us to look at where we are still holding on to ego, to attachment, to addictions, to fears, to worries, where we have old and outdated and untrue beliefs that cause blocks in our life, right? So because that's what this portal is about, rewriting, reimagining, and stepping into a new higher version, that's really how I love to use my channel, right? So I'm reading for the elements. So right now, this is going to be for my earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and I've just totally spaced Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is your reading. What is it that you need to know about this potent time? Again, from today, May 27th through to June 2nd. What is it that my beautiful earth signs need to know to really help harness this potent manifestation energy, right? To really use it for their highest good and to really help affect positive change within their life, to rewrite and reimagine their story, their life, their experience here on a higher, more aligned, more purposeful, and more peaceful timeline. All right, let's see what you need to know, my earth signs. Only allow me to connect with energies of unconditional love, the highest of wisdom, and the utmost healing. What do my friends need to hear in regards to this beautiful portal, to this potent energy to really shift and project you so much further than you can imagine if you just take that leap out of doing things the same old way and staying stuck and small? This portal, this energy is open. What do they need to know? All right, let's see what messages come forth for my earth signs. The Sun. Some argue the happiest, the best, the most fantastic card in Tarot. You guys, you have the Sun card. This card speaks to warmth. This card speaks to joy, to happiness, to everything being illuminated, in flow. It is the happiest and the most aligned card in the deck, as many people say. You also have the Nine of Wands, which is kind of the wounded warrior, the wounded healer, so to speak. This card speaks to feeling exhausted, feeling run down, like you've been through battle after battle after battle, and you are freaking exhausted, earth signs, right? So wow, what a difference in these two energies, right? You have one card of full contentment, warmth, flow, your wildest dreams being aligned, content emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. And then you have this energy that is so very different. It speaks to feeling exhausted, burnt out, wounded, victim mentality. But this card also brings the energy of you are so close to reaching your goal. So that's beautiful, right? So you have the Sun, which is a major arcana, and full contentment and warmth and everything in the light and good. And then you also have this other energy of really ready to be released is this wounded warrior, of feeling exhausted, of feeling like it's one battle after the next. So those are the first two. I don't know why I felt compelled to shuffle, but that next card just wasn't for you. So for the third card in Tarot, what is it that my beautiful earth signs, how do we build upon this? We have a major arcana that wants to kind of come in, right? The highest of energy, contentment, everything in flow. We have this energy that is ready to release right now. It is the Nine of Wands. Feeling exhausted, burnt out, one battle after the next, like you can't do anymore. Like that's a feeling of like, I'm just tired, and it's ready to release. That's the energy that's letting go of. And it did come in its inverse, we'll see. And for your action card, so right now we have in its inverse position, the final card to show up is the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to show it to you in its upright manner. So queens are all about nurturing and nurturing energy, right? They haven't really reached full mastery, but they're the caretakers and the nurturers. But this is in its inverse manner. So in the action to take, there is something that needs to be switched, right? And what you're being called to focus on is something within your material world that is making you feel drained, like you can't nurture yourself. There's something that has been creating these blocks and this wounded warrior and this like battle after battle after battle. Queen of Pentacles in its highest aspect is in flow and abundant. She knows how to nurture her finances, her family life, her health, all of those things, right? And I feel like because the Sun is here, you're so close. And because the 9 is here, it's an end to a cycle. You know what you need to do for my earth signs. You guys, you know the battles. You know what your struggles have been. You know what are the cycles and the patterns that have shown up to cause block after block and make you feel tired and exhausted, right? This energy is ready to transform. You are really being called to nurture and really take note of the things within your material world. It showed up inverse that you are not nurturing, that are not in balance. This Queen, remember, she is nurturing all aspects of her material world, her finances, her investments, where she puts her energy, the relationships that she invests time in, her health, her peace. And I say her because it's a queen, but there is no gender. This is just an energy. And this is really about leaning into your feminine energy, whether you're male or female. Like it's about leaning into really taking care and nurturing yourself and the things within your material worlds that bring peace, that bring harmony. So the Sun is here. This energy wants to present. You really are being called to let go and close out this cycle of the same lessons showing up in different forms, with different names, with different titles, with different situations. It is time to transform this and see how you can nurture and create the balance, the flow, and the abundance and peace that this Queen embodies in her upright position. Simple messages, straightforward. It's time to look at your passions and goals and dreams and stop worrying about overgiving of your energy or not giving to your energy in the same way you give to other situations, other relationships, other things that you spend your time with. It's time to nurture this for you guys, earth signs. Solar plexus and sacral center are your centers. So the first and the second. Sacral is about joy, pleasure, being open to receive joy and pleasure. It represents our sexuality. It represents our reproductive organs. So if this center is out of balance for a while, it can show up in many ways that will affect our reproductive organs. This center is typically blocked around feelings of guilt. So I want you guys to think about where you might hold some guilt that might be causing a block from you really feeling joy, contentment, and all the things that you wish, want, aspire, and deserve within your life, right? How can you let go of this wounded warrior of one battle after a battle, one disappointment after a disappointment, feeling exhausted? Like, you need to affect this change. You need to go after your dreams, your goals, your passions, and stop worrying about. It's so interesting. This has been a very similar energy for all of the signs, but really it's time to welcome in the Sun, to welcome in contentment, to welcome in peace, to let go of overgiving of your energy and of really just this over and over getting the same lesson in a different way. It is time to nurture and create balance within your pentacle world, within your home life, within your finances, within your investments, within the relationships and where you give and spend your time. That's what you're being called to look at during this portal, and that's what you're being called to shift, letting go of the things that are preventing you from really progressing. Use this energy, use this cosmic portal that is really going to affect about the next decade of your life, right? Are you going to use that decade relearning the same lessons over and over again? Or are you ready to step out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to let go of the wounded warrior and getting the same repeating lesson over and over again in different ways? And are you ready to really nurture you in your material world, in healthy relationships, in healthy finances, in balance and sturdy foundations, and just nurturing everything so you are in flow and abundant and at peace? All right. Solar plexus, throat chakra, do some meditations, do some journaling, write some positive affirmations about yourself. If some negative things come up about yourself, write them down and say, that's not accurate. What do I need to learn? What is this that this is trying to teach me that I need to shift, right? This is a cosmic shift, a time to rewrite. So funny, I was at my daughter's not too long ago. She has a hip camp out in Berlin area with her boyfriend, and they have a really great space, and they have a composting toilet, and with everybody like writing stuff around, you know, the privacy area of where you use the composting toilet. And I kept hearing the rest is still unwritten. I'm hearing it now. I actually wrote it on the wall there in their bathroom. The rest is still unwritten. But this energy, this portal is open. So it is unwritten, and you have the choice. You, my, who am I reading for? My earth signs. You guys, it's your choice to, are you going to stay in and keep repeating the same lessons? Or are you going to do it differently now? Are you ready to bring in the sun, what you truly desire, what you truly deserve? Are you ready to honor yourself and nurture yourself in a way that lets you release this wounded warrior, that lets you release this constant feeling of battle and challenge and challenge? That's what you're being called on to look at and to examine. Again, guilt and shame and disappointment are the feelings that get trapped there. So see where you might hold guilt, shame, and disappointment, and journal about it. Say, yeah, that's accurate. I felt this, or no, that's not really accurate. Or I did that. Like, you need to rewrite the story to bring in your sun. You've done so much work. You're at the 9. You're ready to close out and release wounded warrior, victim mentality, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you're ready to welcome in some nurturing within your material world, within harmonious relationships, within financial stability, within health and our health goals and how we take care of ourselves. Okay. For my earth signs, what is the Moonology message that would be most beneficial for them to hear at this time, and to really use this beautiful cosmic potent energy to help propel them in a trajectory that is much more aligned, much more peaceful, and is really just for their highest good at this time. All right, let's see what message is going to close out your readings. And you guys got, you're very close to achieving your goal, right? Yeah, 9, you're right. You're really close to letting go of this energy. You're really close to bringing in sun, contentment, clarity, truth, justice, warmth. Like, it's just the most beautiful energy, and you need to be nurturing and looking at all aspects of your physical world and getting them in balance for my earth signs. So you're very close to achieving your goal. So use the energy that is open during this time, again today, May 27th through the 2nd, to really propel you in a more aligned and higher vibrating kind of path, right? I love this for you guys. Remember, you're spectacular. Take the time to nurture you, and I look forward to connecting soon. Take care, guys.